In other news we're tracking for you this Friday, last week's over 100 million rand Powerball jackpot winner has finally come forward to claim his money. National lottery operator Ithuba says the winning ticket was bought on a banking app with a mere 90 rand wager, with the numbers selected manually. Let's bring in Ithuba Holdings' Michelle van Trotsenburg, who joins us now via our video link. Michelle, it's great to have you with us on the program. Thanks very much for coming on. I don't know about you, but I might not take a full week to come forward.
Yes, and just one correction, Michelle. The winner was a lady, not a gent. And they have come forward. Yes, we celebrate ladies this month. This is our second big jackpot winner in less than a month. We had a Powerball winner that won, a lotto winner that won over 100 million. And now we've had our second winner on Powerball, over 107 million that claimed this week.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, I'm just taking a look at some of the information. If a winner... if the winnings are less than R250,000, generally what happens is that money is automatically transferred right into the winner's account. But after that, when that number is higher, you do need people to come into your offices.
Absolutely. And there's a reason for that. I mean, the banking platforms offer all the participants a very convenient opportunity to receive all their winnings, as you said, under 249,000 rand. If it's an amount anything above that, they actually get a call from their bank, and then they are requested to come through to the Ithuba offices. So they don't disclose the amounts of money that they've won. It's very important to protect the winner, so they will only be revealed once their ticket is fully verified and validated of the amount that they've actually won.
Yeah, and the person obviously doesn't have to, their identity doesn't have to be revealed ever.
Absolutely. We respect the identity of all of our participants, all of our winners, our players. And most of our winners do decide to rather stay anonymous. They don't want their personal details in the media, which we 100% support and protect.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one can just imagine the kind of a very real danger you might be in after 100 million rand win becomes public knowledge.
Definitely.
And does Ithuba
We have had a couple of winners that, we do have a couple of winners that want to share the story, because it's so important that we, that we can actually showcase that there are real winners.
Yeah.
So we really appreciate the winners that do give us a bit of PR support. But as we said, if they request no PR and no activity, we respect their wishes.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to ask you if Ithuba provides protection, but I suppose after winning 107 million rand, you can sort out your own protection.
Definitely, but we do give them the tools. So part of the services is we offer financial as well as trauma counselling to all of our winners, even winners above 50,000 rand, because it's a huge amount of money, and if you've not used to having that kind of money or number of zeros in your bank account, we do need to give you the tools. And we talk about trauma counselling. It's not about scary trauma; it's about good trauma. So trauma is just to equip you and make you ready to be able to manage that kind of windfall.
But Michelle, having said that, there have been cases where people have won vast amounts of money, like in this case, and years later, we find that their lives have spiraled after a win like that.
Yes, there are stories around the world, specifically in other countries.
Yeah.
So one of the mandates from Ithuba is, since we've been since inception, since June 2015, we offer the added value services, which is your trauma and financial counselling. So we bring in people that are qualified to be able to support them. So we've had people, CEOs that have won. They've got financial bankers. They don't need that kind of support. But we've also got people that have been a domestic worker, or people that, are garden services that haven't had the luxury of those kind of, facilities and support mechanisms. So we put them in place and we support them, and we support the entire journey. So we are, whenever they need us, we are available for them, and we will support them 100%.
Do you ever, as Ithuba, deal with bogus claims in response to winning alerts?
Fortunately, to date, we haven't had any. There are going to be triers and takers out there that will try. The process we have is so rigorous. If you buy your ticket from a retail store, we are able to match exactly where it was purchased, the time it was purchased. Yes, we don't know the identity of the winner, but we have got systems in place, real-time systems that will be able to track down exactly where it was purchased. Even on our banking apps, the tickets have all been encoded and encrypted. So it's very, very difficult for anybody to fraudulently bring in a ticket. Once they come through to our offices, and that's one of the reasons why we make winners that over a certain amount come through to our head office, is so that we can verify their ticket, make sure that we also pay the right person, because that's also very important. If you've stolen someone's phone or you're trying to validate a ticket on a stolen phone, we will make sure that it is not processed, because we have to make sure that we're paying the right person. So we do have all of those very, very strong processes in place to protect the winners and the players at all times.
Yeah. I imagine that those processes are easier to verify when a ticket is bought on a banking app, because obviously it's my banking app and so all of my information is there. Harder to do when it's a card bought at a kiosk.
No, not necessarily. If you think about it, the digital age has only really been around for a very short period of time. Back in 2015, over 84% of all of our sales was coming through the retail space. So once you actually purchase a ticket, and you literally put your name and your ID number on the back of the ticket, and once you put those two things on the back of the ticket, we will not pay out anybody except for that person. The biggest challenge that people have is if they lose the ticket, washing on the weekends is always a problem, because they go into the washing machine and people forget about them. But even if there is some numbers that we can check on the ticket and we can verify where it was purchased, we are still able to honor that ticket.
Yeah.
So, it is a lot easier now that it's digital, but with your bet slips, your tickets that you get in the store, as long as you put your ID number on the back, it's you, and we will only pay that particular person once it's verified. So it's still very secure.
Yeah, that's good advice. And, perhaps the reason why it goes into the washing machine is because we hope that we win, but we don't actually think we're going to win.
Exactly. And that's one of the reasons why some of our winners, they take quite a while to come through to verify their ticket, because they're in absolute disbelief. I mean, you buy a ticket with the hope of winning, but most of our winners that come through, they didn't actually believe that they won. And there has been times where people take a little bit longer, and we have to encourage them to come through. We had our last lotto winner. It took over a month to claim her ticket. And again, it's just really just empowering them to make sure that they come through and they've got all the information. They do their own bit of research, they Google. But I can encourage all participants, if you think you have a winning ticket, with absolute pleasure, come through to our offices. You'll be, welcomed by our winner services teams. They are expert ladies. They know exactly what to do. They'll make you feel secure and comfortable and take you through the process.
Is there a time limit on how long I can take to come forward?
Definitely, there is a time limit. In South Africa, it's 365 days. In other jurisdictions, they've got 7 days, and some other countries, they've got 180 days. So in South Africa, we've got quite a long extended period of 365 days from the day that you bought the ticket, or the draw that you bought the ticket for. So we do have some people that come through, they bring a bag at the end of the year during the festive season, and they'll sit in the office for a couple of hours, and we'll verify quite a few tickets. So it's, we always do encourage all of our players, if you bought a ticket, check your ticket, see if it's a winning ticket, because it's not just about the big jackpot, it's also about the small wins too. So there's smaller amounts that also get paid out.
Sure. So let me ask you this, Michelle, as head of marketing at Ithuba. If you had won 107 million rand, what would be your next steps?
Our next steps would be to travel the world. We all have dreams and hopes, and I think it's a little bit selfish on my part, but world peace will come in eventually, I'm sure. But it's such an exciting time, and that's again one of the challenges we have with all of our winners that come through. It's one of the key questions we ask them, and most of them, they don't think as big, I'm going to save the world or do this, but there's certain things that are always close to our heart. Travels close to my heart, obviously, but we've had winners that have come in and they all they wanted to do was take their children for pizza and ice cream, and that's one of the most heartwarming stories that I've ever had, because we all look for lavish and luxury, but it's really about just making it a life-changing experience, as big as small as you need it to be for yourself.
And if you can do that for someone else as well with your winnings, all the more reason.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, Michelle.
Exactly, and it's such a beautiful space to be in.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time this afternoon. Very interesting discussion, and congratulations to that 107 million rand Powerball winner.